Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. In today's video, we're out here in the local woods and we're going to be talking about, the journey of discovering Sasquatch thus far and how 2020 went and how I hope 2021 is going to go as far as getting out there in the bush and documenting evidence and hopefully, discovering Sasquatch for myself and to be able to get an experience like that on video for you guys. So today's video isn't going to really have a very specific topic, but it's going to be kind of a comprehensive video of how the year went and how things are going for me. So just to give you guys kind of a sense of how things are going and what direction they are going to be going from here on out. So the quest for Sasquatch as far as 2020 goes had proven to be pretty difficult. I mean, we all know 2020 has been one heck of a year as far as like things not going the way we want it to. And things like as far as the way the world is now, it had kind of had an effect on, getting out there and doing things to a certain extent. I mean, a lot of the areas I go to, I'm still allowed to go to. I can go to Nordegg, I can, explore the areas I like to explore. But as far as like getting out there with a team, it's been kind of difficult. There wasn't really any group expeditions this year, like with the Alberta Sasquatch Organization. Nothing serious anyways. I was doing solo trips pretty much the whole year. I started off the year doing solo hikes to trying to get to Hidden Lake, which is out, in the Nordegg area off the David Thompson Highway, where I had some strange things happen back in like 2015, 2014. I can't remember exactly what year it was. I want to say 2015. But Hidden Lake had always been an area of peak interest to me. Aside from the area with the valley and the supposed cave, the Ruby Falls area, Ruby Lake. Hidden Lake is a very interesting spot. So I kind of started off the year exploring that area. Didn't have too many strange things happen other than hearing a weird rock clacking noise, which I had filmed that experience, and it's in a video from back earlier in the year, and also found what looked to be a footprint, like a track that was Sasquatch-like, but I'm highly suspicious of it actually being a Sasquatch track, just because there's only one impression. But it's clearly an impression of a foot, of either a human being in a boot, or I guess a Sasquatch. There's not much else that it could be. It didn't appear to be like a bear double-stepping or anything like that. And after that, nothing really interesting had happened. I mean, like the summer was pretty quiet. I did lots of trips out to continuing to go out to Nordegg. I did some campouts and I did some exploring around the Jasper area, where apparently David Thompson had actually came across Sasquatch tracks of his own way back in the day. But never found anything profound. As far as reports go for 2020, I mean, we've had a lot of interesting things come in. Lots of reports of strange sounds being heard and recorded. Lots of stuff coming out of Ontario being sent to us, which is very cool. And I did have some audio tapes come from Vancouver Island that, appear to demonstrate rock clacking. And I can very confidently say that the rock clack that I heard sounds almost exactly like what I heard in those audio files from Vancouver Island. So, not saying it's the same thing. I could have just heard a rock falling easily. But because I didn't see a creature doing it, I can't say that that's what it was. And there's been lots of interesting things coming up all over the internet, throughout 2020, and lots of hoaxed content and videos and audio files as well. It's kind of mind-blowing that there's still people out there that'll perpetrate hoaxes. People like Sunny Vader, if you've seen the Sunny Vader YouTube channel, all that stuff is fake. He's from the Nordegg area, he's from Alberta, and keeps putting out these fake videos in hopes that they'd explode like his first 3 videos did. They kind of, I don't know if he still has those videos up on his channel, but there was one video where it was kind of like a hunting camp, and it looked like found footage style. There was animal parts everywhere, and there was a Bigfoot attack, and if it wasn't trying to be passed off as a hoax, it would be a great found footage film. He should have just kept it like that, kept it honest, and released it as a found footage movie, and it would have done really well, I think. But yeah, there's stuff like that popping up all over the place, which is unfortunate. You know, it pollutes all the, you know, genuine stuff that's out there. And the Bigfoot community is, it appears to me, anyways, to be growing at a rapid pace. Lots of new faces, lots of interesting content coming out, and there's like an explosion of YouTube channels on the Bigfoot subject that have come out in the last year, which is very interesting. I kind of got in the game before it got really popular on YouTube, like right before. I think I uploaded Wildman maybe mid 2017 onto YouTube, and that's when things really took off for my channel. That was a while ago now. It's been 3 years on YouTube doing this, almost 4 years? I guess it's almost 2021 now. In a few days it'll be 2021. So it's been a trip. I think it's been 3.5 years. And a lot of adventures and not a lot of like concrete evidence, just like maybe potential tracks and hearing noises. No visual sighting as of yet. But there are, you know, plans still to get out there to the Ruby Lake area, Ruby Falls area with a 4x4 vehicle, and hopefully have a successful expedition where we do find some concrete evidence. I mean, that is the goal, and to have it all filmed as part of like a YouTube series. And that will be the #1 goal for the channel until it's done. So I'm looking forward to the summer coming up. I mean, I really hope 2021 is a good year. It's funny because we talk about, oh, like, is 2020 going to be over? Acting as if like once 2020 is over, all the shit going on in the world is going to be over. But it's not going to be, unfortunately. I mean, hopefully we have like the crappy stuff fading out into something good, and hopefully by the summer, like, things are better. And I don't know. I try to focus on, you know, this Sasquatch topic and getting out into the woods, and it kind of keeps me sane. You know, I try not to focus on all the crazy stuff that is going on, all the political, and I don't know. I don't like talking about that kind of stuff, so I like to just keep the channel focused for the most part. I mean, we're kind of dipping our toes into other subjects such as UFOs and aliens, and I think we should be, because as of late, there's been a lot of interesting pieces of footage and stories coming out in the UFO field, and high-level officials, you know, coming out and saying, no, these things are here. We don't know what they are. We don't know what a lot of these aircraft are that we're seeing, and you know, a lot of people are claiming that these ETs have been around on this planet visiting us for a long time. I think that stuff is very interesting and definitely worth looking into on this channel. You know, we'll be doing Bigfoot stuff still all the time, but also incorporating this UFO stuff. And I would like to maybe focus on a documentary film for YouTube and for Amazon Prime, just about the UFO subject and you know, alien contact, because I mean, Alberta is full of stories as well about, you know, like extraterrestrials and UFOs. There's an article I found online that kind of even describes Nordegg, where I go looking for Bigfoot, as the UFO hotspot, you know, of like Western Canada. So I find that very interesting, and it really piques my interest. So who knows? I mean, in the one video, I think it was the same video where I filmed that potential Bigfoot track. At the end of the video, there was a weird light in the sky that kind of gave me the creeps. Probably nothing. A lot of people were saying it could very well be like the International Space Station flying overhead, which is definitely possible, but it seemed to be a lot lower than that, you know, in real life. It's hard to, you know, see how things look in reality when it's coming like out of a camera. You're not seeing it with your own eyes. So, you know, when you see things with your eyes, it's obviously going to be way different and more realistic than seeing it through a camera lens or on like a TV screen. Yeah, so yeah, like I went out to the Ruby Falls area in the fall, and hiked out there and made the Bigfoot Beast of the North film. You know, it's kind of a trial run to see how that expedition would have went on foot. And, you know, it's not good. It's impossible to do out of a backpack, to stay out there for that period of time, unless I was like actually hunting and killing food, which I can't do. Like, I can't legally do that. So, but it was nice to get out there and to see like that avalanche slope, which people still believe is a Sasquatch like nesting area or something, which blows my mind. That's not what that is. All you people out there who think that it's Sasquatch territory and Sasquatch broke all those trees, it's definitely an avalanche path, you know, from the winter. I know the tree breaks look fresh, but you know, a tree break from like 6 months ago is still gonna look pretty fresh. I personally have lots of avalanche experience. I have avalanche rescue training. I've done courses in the mountains in the Jasper backcountry for school. A lot of people don't know, I went to school, to college, to learn how to be an outdoor guide. I studied adventure tourism and outdoor recreation, have a lot of like backcountry certifications. I have quite a bit of knowledge in that stuff. So, you know, for somebody to be watching at home on a TV screen and claiming that the stuff I'm looking at in real life is Bigfoot is kind of silly. And I'm just being honest. I don't want to piss anybody off, but, you know, I was there. You know, when I started this, I never thought I would have to defend something not being Bigfoot, which is pretty crazy. But I guess that's where we're at now, you know. As far as like the Bigfoot community and how that's kind of been going along in 2020 goes, I mean, there appears to be a large amount of people that are just willing to believe everything. And that group of people is growing exponentially. You know, there has been a severe lack of critical thinking in a lot of the stuff that's coming out, and a lot of like supposed evidence that's coming out in videos and photographs. There's been a huge explosion in a lack of critical thinking. And, you know, we definitely need to get back to critical thinking. And not just assuming something is Bigfoot just because we desperately want it to be, you know. A lot of people need that, which is crazy. You know, you guys know just as well as I do, like the incredible amount of images that come out online where you look at it and you don't see anything there, but people are like, oh, it's right there, and they circle it with a red marker or something. You know, they'll highlight it. Like, and if you can make something out, it's pareidolia or something like that. You know, your brain tries to pick out shapes that it knows that it's familiar with. You know, you see a face in the clouds or in a pile of leaves, and there's just like, it seems like anything is Bigfoot now. To me, Bigfoot is something that looks like Patty in the Patterson footage. I see that footage, I see a creature walking along, like it's something there, you can see it as clear as day. You know, you see this large, hairy, upright bipedal creature that fits the description of Sasquatch, as told in the stories throughout the ages, you know. It's your typical Sasquatch creature, and that's Bigfoot, you know. But in a lot of these community groups, you know, Bigfoot can be anything, you know. And I'm looking into the supernatural Sasquatch stuff too. Like, I've been looking into it quite a bit, and I'm open to anything. That's why I've been investigating it. But Bigfoot to me is still that thing that I see on the film, that actual creature, you know, that solid object, until I see it vanish. You know, I could walk out through these woods right now with my camera and snap a bunch of pictures, and I'm sure I could get something on it that looks like Sasquatch. There's a lot of subscribers here too that will message me and say, oh, like I saw these tracks in your videos, how come you didn't see those? Or I saw like something looking at you in your videos. And then I look on the video at where they said it was, and there's like fucking nothing there. There's nothing there. Like, you can't tell me that something's going on around me in the video that I've watched thoroughly. I've spent the time editing all this footage and I've watched it over and over again. You can't tell me that there's something there when you weren't there in real life, and I was living it. I was experiencing it as it was happening, you know? All these hikes and adventures out in the wilderness. I'm the one who's there. And if there is a Sasquatch there, you know, I'm gonna see it before you do. Because I'm the one there, and I'm the one going through the footage. And I'm color grading it, and I'm looking at every frame almost. So, anyways, I'm just ranting now. Obviously, the Bigfoot field can be like super frustrating, but it's great at the same time. Like, it's really nice to be able to go out and look for something as mysterious as the Sasquatch, you know? It's great. It's a good outlet, you know, to get outdoors, to, you know, get exercise, to get fresh air, and to practice your wilderness skills. And, you know, camping is incredibly fun for me, and hiking, you know, even though strenuous at times, is very fun, and I really enjoy that. But, you know, there are certain elements of the world of Bigfoot that are frustrating and can really bring a person down. And you know, I see this on Facebook all the time. There's a lot of people starting these YouTube channels and Facebook groups, and they reach out to me and they're like, man, like, how do you deal with like people hating on you all the time? And it's like, it's just part of the game. Not everyone's gonna like you, you know? You're always gonna have people who hate you. There's people subscribe to this channel right now who hate me and just subscribe just so they can dislike something or write shitty comments. And it's like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I could give two shits about what other people think. I'm still gonna make my videos, and I'm gonna make them the way that I want to. I'm gonna do the things that I want to do, because this is my thing. And you know, if you start your YouTube channel, that's your channel, and you can do whatever you want on it. So, you know, you're gonna find people who don't like what you're doing and think you should be doing things a different way. But, you know, you have to live your life and not listen to what other people think. If they think you should be doing something a certain way, they should be doing that thing themselves and putting themselves on camera and presenting it to the world. So, a lot of those people won't do that, though. You know? I didn't want to make this video personal, but I feel like some feelings are coming out that are, like, coming from a frustrated area inside of me. So, whatever. We still should try as hard as we can to work together in the community. Let other people do what they want to do and try, you know, different techniques as far as like research goes. And, you know, if we have all the bases covered and people are trying different things, then that's great. Let's just come together at the end of the day and share, you know, what we've come up with, share our evidence, share our stories, and go from there, instead of being in conflict or making it personal in the sense where you think what somebody else is doing is stupid and not going to work. Because at the end of the day, we don't really know. We don't really know how to find these creatures. And people who claim that they do 100%, you got to watch out for those people. So what I'm going to continue to do as the year goes on is to keep providing that honest look at the search for Sasquatch. I can't show you Sasquatch, unfortunately, right now. Like, I don't have footage of one. And I probably won't for a long time, if not ever. Like, I might never get footage of Sasquatch, but I want to keep sharing that journey with you guys and that search, because that's all I can do at this point. So you can come along for the adventure, you can enjoy the videos and the stories, the anecdotes, and all the interesting stuff we're going to be looking at this year. Stick around, and I'm going to attempt to make it as entertaining as possible for you guys without hyping it up at all. And that's kind of been my thing, is to try and keep it real, you know. That's what I've been doing in all of my videos and all my little films, you know, documenting my adventures. Just showing you guys what it's actually like to be out there. Showing you guys the struggle and, you know, the good times and the disappointing times. But yeah, do what you guys can to get out there in the bush, you know. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Do your research online. Watch as many videos on Sasquatch as you can and take in all the information. Be sure you filter out the sketchy stuff. Don't take anything as gospel. Always question everything you hear and everything you see. And learn as much as you can. You know, that's kind of what I do, is I'll watch everything from everyone. Even the people who are hoaxing. I watch their stuff just to see what's out there. I try and take in all the Bigfoot content I can, and then I kind of filter through it. So, you know, that's about all we can do. Maybe you'll learn something from someone else. Maybe you can learn something that'll help you in your search. So, spend time, you know, learning, taking in the content, but also get out there for yourself in the bush and experience all of this, you know, within your limits, of course, as to what you're comfortable with doing outside. You know, a lot of the places I go to are pretty remote, and they're deep in the backcountry. But, you know, you don't really have to go that deep if you don't want to. There's a lot of Bigfoot reports that come out of areas that are not, like, super far back into the woods, you know, or into the mountains. There's safe places you can go and still, you know, be in an area that has potential for encountering a Sasquatch. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I just wanted to share some thoughts about, 2020, how that went. Hope you guys have had a good year. I mean, it's been miserable for a lot of people, but I hope, you were able to find a little bit of happiness in 2020. If you guys want to support Mountain Beast Mysteries, you can through the GoFundMe link down below. I created a second GoFundMe just to take in general donations for the channel. I also have a PayPal link on the main channel banner. You can use that as well, but it's just easier usually to use the GoFundMe link. So if you want to do that, the link is there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on Mountain Beast Mysteries.